So Jodhpur man sacrificed his daughter to please God. And Jodhpur, I think, is a city in India. And so a 26-year-old man was arrested from Jodhpur on Sunday for allegedly killing his 4-year-old daughter to appease God through a sacrificial offering during Ramadan. The child was found with her throat slit early on Friday. And this is fucking insane. This is, I don't understand. This guy is a Muslim. I don't understand what was his understanding. You have Abraham's story when he wanted to sacrifice his son, but then you had God stopping him at some point. He just, right at the very last minute, saying, stop, it was a prank, bro. But this guy went all the way with it. I really don't understand if this has any relationship with Ramadan, which parts of Islamic teaching. I understand that this is obviously religion has motivated this guy, but I just don't understand what the fuck, like, where, even by Islamic standard, which part of Islam is this? Like, was he just hearing voices? I know Islam, and there's not a teaching in there that, I shit on Islam all the time, but I don't remember a part that says that you have to sacrifice your own daughter for pleasing God. This is fucked up. So the accused Nawab Ali Qureshi admitted his crime during interrogation, claiming that he wanted to please God by sacrificing his beloved daughter Rizwana, cops said on Thursday afternoon. Qureshi, a resident of somewhere in India, which I am not going to try to pronounce. I tried it one time. I think I did a good job. Selawatan Ka Mohala. Took Rizwana to the market, bought her lots of goodies, and told her he loved her very much, which just fucking doesn't make sense. Why would you kill your own daughter if you loved her so much? So he took her to the market, bought her a lot of goodies, told her he loved her, and then what happened? At night, while the family slept on the terrace, he took Rizwana to a room on the ground floor, recited holy verses, and slit her throat. When I mentioned last time when the mic was muted, I can't imagine being the daughter. Imagine thinking your dad loves you so much and being so happy and he treating you so nicely and you're sitting on his lap and you have so much trust and love for him, and then you feel the knife on your throat. And this is not a really fast way to die. You know, when somebody slits your throat, you feel it, you experience it, you feel the blood going out. And I can't just imagine the pain, the confusion, the betrayal, the slow death, the thinking of somebody that you think loves you so much and is being so sweet to you. I don't understand. Just a 4-year-old, just like randomly just yelling at them is traumatizing, and you're gonna see them cry. But imagine all of this coming from somebody that they trust and they love. Holy fuck. I don't understand, what does this have to do with Ramadan? Was it for Eid when we sacrifice goats and lambs? Why does it have to be your daughter? Like, I don't understand. Where is this from? I understand religion has an influence on this, but this is so bizarre. I don't know. Maybe 1,000 years. If this guy was doing this 1,000 years ago, maybe he would be a prophet by now. But I don't understand what happened. And look at the rest of this. Recited the holy verses and slit her throat. Then he went back to sleep. Like, what? How? Oh my God. How could he fall asleep after that? Jesus Christ, what kind of a God is this guy worshipping? Okay. Around 5 a.m., Qureshi's wife woke up to find Rizwana missing. Oh my God, her poor mother. She searched the house and found her daughter lying dead in the ground floor room. The child was rushed to the hospital, which declared her brought dead. Oh my God! I don't know how long did it take for her to die. Qureshi, who runs a meat shop. Well, if you run a meat shop, just go get a fucking. Initially, tried to convince his kin that a cat may have killed Rizwana. What the fuck? He's telling his wife that maybe it was a cat that slit our daughter's throat. What? But his wife filed a murder complaint against an unidentified person. So she didn't know who did it at that point. After preliminary investigations, cop found that the house was latched from inside and there were no signs of intruder entering it. Forensic experts and a dog squad were also summoned to examine the spot, and Qureshi was summoned for questioning. He confessed to his crimes during interrogation. Jesus Christ. So what do you guys think that if he did it, which seems like he did, when people say this has nothing to do with religion, this guy was a crazy person, okay? How would you guys respond to that? Because it does seem like, let me just bring this back in, and I'm just going to bring myself back in as well. See, this is what happens when you don't have Allie with you. I'm going to change this scene. Oh, here. How do I do this? Scene selection, AR. Okay. All right, there we go. Where's the live chat? There we go. The thing is that, yes, people are mentally challenged and they hear stuff and all that. But religion is definitely a factor here. It's the fact that it was in Ramadan, the fact that he was reading the verses of Quran, the fact that he himself said he was doing it to please God. When people like us, when we blame religion, we're never saying religion is the only factor. We're just saying religion is a factor, and it's an important factor. Even when people that are mentally there's some mental issues that I don't know. I'm not an expert, but that is influencing them to do something like this. What has been said by experts is that religion increases that. Religion. Here's an example to just make this very clear, right? Imagine if you had somebody that heard voices that told them to do bad things, sometimes good things, sometimes bad things, but actually heard voices, not people that, actually hearing voices in your head, right? And imagine if I went to this person and I said, this thing that is talking to you, it's a monster that lives in the basement and is just communicating with you. And this monster is all-knowing, and every advice that he's giving you is good advice. So all of a sudden, and I convinced this guy that this is where the source of the voices are. So, and then next time the monster tells him to go kill somebody, he's going to do it. So you could say that this guy you can't blame me because this guy was hearing voices, but I was a factor. The fact that I told him that these voices are coming from a source that is good and you have to follow it, didn't help. Maybe if this guy was seeking professional help, this would have not happened. But if you would blame me for being such a negative influence to somebody that is hearing voices, then why wouldn't you blame religion on the negative influence that they would have on these kind of people? But let me see what you guys thinking. Morgan, Minecraft Legion is saying, I agree with that he was crazy, but I'd also agree that all religious people are crazy. I wouldn't say all religious people are crazy. And there are many smart religious people. It's just we are able to. A lot of us are able to compartmentalize what we are critical about. I'm pretty sure I hold some views that are ridiculous. I just don't know that they're ridiculous. And if I knew how ridiculous they were, I would be embarrassed about even holding them. I don't think they're crazy. I just think that people are able to apply critical thinking skills on some things and not apply them on something else, other things that they're emotionally attached to. I just think that having mental problems is different, and I think that religion does affect people negatively. But I think people that are mentally, I don't know what the correct word to use here, mentally challenged. I think religion is especially so negative, is a negative force in their life, and I think they are even more vulnerable. And it's a way. Yeah, we need Allie, big BFK. I know we need Allie. She had a major issue. I don't know. I don't want to say what, but I think if she's here, maybe with her permission, she could tell us. But I agree that this is not good without Allie. Like, I can't do this without her. She'll be back next week. Let me see. I'm just only going to focus on the ones that Atheist Republic is tagged, because without Ali, I can't read everything. And I'm also Morgan is saying religion is a blindfold. I agree. Also, let's see if anybody said anything in the Facebook chat. See, this is why I need. Hello, what the hell? Hey, okay, I think a lot of people joined. Okay. So, nothing in the Facebook chat. Jeremy is saying, okay, you guys are talking to each other. Just make sure that if you guys want me to read something, that you tag. But yeah, I do think that, and a lot of people that are, even if it's a little bit, even if it's not as serious as this guy, I do think religion is going to take advantage of whatever, any mental issues, depression, anxiety, hearing voices, if you're a psychopath, schizophrenia, anything. I think if you add religion to that, religion is going to make whatever problems that person had even worse. Just like most other things, religion, when you add it to it. I mean, this is kind of like when it's never the only thing. Like, a lot of people think like, oh, atheists or anti-theists think that religion is the only cause of crime or problems. No, we never. I mean, most of us never say that. We say when religion is added, makes bad situation worse and makes complicated problems that we could have solved more easily even more complicated. And I think religion is definitely a factor here, even if it's not the only factor. Let's go to the next story. But oh my God, this poor little girl, how unlucky she was to have a father like that. Wish somebody saw something. I mean, how could people, like, they went in and saved her from this? God damn it. I can't even imagine. I'm just trying to put myself in her shoes and just think, like, you're sitting in your father's lap. You had a great day. You think your father loves you. And all of a sudden, you just feel a sharp edge right next to your neck. And then you feel something you've never felt before. And you feel more pain than you ever felt before. And then blood starts coming out. And you know it was from your dad. And you don't know why. You don't know what's happening. You feel so much pain. You want to cry, but your sound is not coming out. You might want your mom to have been there. Maybe she would have protected you. But none of that is happening. And then you just die. And that was the last experience, the last memory I had. What the fuck, man? Ah, shit. B just saying they claim their religion fixes the problem, but it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It just makes it worse. Ozzy is saying they are acting rationally if heaven is real, killing your kids to make sure they get there is a good thing. They are just wrong. You don't have to be a psychopath to do bad things. I don't know, Azzy, because you can't. I mean, even according to Islam, you can't kill innocent. You can't kill children. You know, that's a major sin. You can't kill. Islam doesn't teach you. I mean, maybe she'll go to heaven, but you're gonna go to hell forever. So I'm not gonna say. I mean, I always shit on Islam as much as I can because Islam is a fucking dangerous, barbaric ideology. But I have to say that I don't think this is Islamic. And I say that because I want to make sure when I do say something is Islamic, you know, that to be taken seriously, because I know there's no hadith, no Islamic teaching that directly. I'm not saying a religion is not an influence, because religion does play with your mind and fucks it up. But there is no religious teaching in Islam that condones this. Keep in mind that some religions do not include hell. Yeah, but this guy's religion does. He was a Muslim. Maybe this guy just deluded himself into thinking he's the new Abraham. Well, again, Islam teaches you that Muhammad is the last prophet, so there's impossible to be a prophet. So even if he thought that, that's not Islamic. I'm not saying religion has no influence, because religion obviously did have an influence. He was reading the fucking Quran when he did this. But I'm just saying, whatever is not Islamic. So as he's saying sin, so what? God will forgive you. Not for killing an innocent person. I don't know if you could tawbah yourself out of that. And even if not, you really love your kids, you might make that. Yeah, okay, Azzy, that part I agree with. Because logically, I mean, and again, this is something that nobody thinks like this. Nobody that I know except myself, which I try to commit suicide to avoid hell. But you might kill your child knowing you're going to pay for it in hell, but being okay with it because you're saving your kids from going to hell. And the logic behind, I think that logic that Azzy is using behind that is that children if they die, they go to heaven. There's no way for them to sin, so they're not going to go to hell. That's why killing children is a 100% safe way to get them to heaven. I just don't think this guy seemed to be that calculating. I mean, this is the calculation I had, but that's behind my suicide attempt. I just don't think most people think like that. This guy I just think this guy was doing this because he was, he might have thought like he's like God is speaking to him. He's making a sacrifice for God, like an aid, just like you do with lamb. I think he was just like fucking an idiot, or like not idiot, mentally unstable. As he's saying, if we assume that all the monsters are totally not like us, we leave the door open to become them without even knowing. I'm not assuming. You might be right, Azzy. I don't know. Maybe this guy was not crazy. Maybe he just made the calculation based on the premises he was given. So you're right. I'm just going based on the most. I mean, I was a Muslim for many years. When I tried to commit suicide to go to heaven, again, that my calculation was that if I die as a child, there's no sin as a child in Islam, so you definitely go to heaven. There's no chance of hell. So that I did that, but for many years I looked and I couldn't find a single person that thought like that. So the chances of this guy being that calculating in his I just think it's more likely that he was just hearing voices, like real voices, not like people that think that God is speaking to him, but actually voices. There's a difference between your random religious person, but people that actually hear sentences in their head, right? So I think that's more likely. Hello is saying, how are we supposed to know which? Yeah, I'm not saying I know. Oh, Hello is saying, how are we supposed to know which interpretation of the Quran is right? The Quran is actually a lot more clear than what most people say. These multiple interpretations are just the reformists. I mean, it's not clear, but it's more clear than what the reformists make it seem like. There's nothing in the Quran, nothing, or in the Hadith that even come close to suggesting that you can kill little kids. Um, some people say it's fine to beat your wife for disobedience, but others say only if she cheats. No. Okay, it's very clear. It tells you specifically that you could beat your. It doesn't even say you could. It says you should beat your wife if you fear disobedience. Okay, it's actually pretty clear. People are just trying to, make it confusing. It's very clear. There's not a single hadith, or I would have known by now if there was a hadith or Quranic verse that told you could kill children. Trust me, I would have known by now. I'm actively looking for these things, okay? But this is not one of them. Morgan is saying, I think the analysis of people like this will help us prevent future situations like it by seeing the signs of people who will act like this. I mean, the mother didn't know. This is like, I would think the mother would have known by now, but yeah, I don't know what the signs are. We need professionals. Theo is saying, what do you say to Christian apologists or others who want to say this man represents Islamic teaching by sacrificing his child? I would say that he doesn't, because here's the thing. I'm not an Islam apologist, okay? Islam has so much fucked up, Islam tells, there are so many fucked up teachings. There are definitely orders to murder and kill people, especially if they're not Ahl al-Kitab. Especially killing me is okay because I left Islam. Killing me is more than okay. You have to kill me if you're, and then beating your wife is, ordered in Islam. So I'm not making excuses for Islam. Islam is a fucking bullshit, barbaric ideology. Okay, so if I'm saying that, when I say this is not Islamic, I'm telling you that this is not Islamic. There is nothing in Islam that teaches you or allows you to kill children. So I would tell them they're wrong if they say that. But again, I'm not letting religion off the hook, because religion, by its very nature, does fuck up with people's minds, especially if their minds are already biologically fucked up even more. If I truly believed I blow up a nursery, maximum good. I don't know, man. I mean, when I was a kid, I wanted to see what hell feels like. I actually lit up a match and I put it on my skin, and it hurt a lot. Okay, and I would try to imagine that all over my body. Okay, and I don't know. A lot of people say, yeah, we should kill. If religion was true, then the moral thing to do is to just kill children, because you're saving them from hell, potential hell. Calculation is correct if the premises of religion is true. The thing is, I think if there was a hell, after 1 minute of experiencing it, you would have changed your mind. I'm not saying they're all psychopaths. I'm just applying Occam's razor. Okay, yeah, you're right. He might have not been a psychopath. He might have. I don't know what I don't know what the mental disorder would have been in this situation. I'm not professional, but if I'm just saying that I can't I'm applying Occam's razor. I don't think that you could just. It's more likely that he was hearing voices based on what he said himself, rather than being so calculating to do the math on probability analysis for how can I get my daughter into heaven. My uncle said that you can't beat your wife because Numan Ali Khan said so. Okay. Morgan is saying, if religion was true and the moral thing to do was killing children, the human race would die off rather quickly. No, the thing is, if religion was true and you weren't applying religious morality to it, because religious morality tells you that you shouldn't kill children because whatever is good is what God tells you to do good. But this is a bizarre hybrid of that analysis, because you're saying if religion is true, but then you're applying morality based on a utilitarian perspective to it, right? So religion is true, so if you kill children to go to heaven, so it's a moral thing to do, but based on religious definition of morality, that's not the moral thing to do, because religion's definition of morality is what God tells you to do. That's the moral thing to do. So this is a hybrid of as agreeing with the premises of religion, but applying utilitarian morality principles to those premises. And that gets you to the conclusion that we should kill as many children as we possibly can. So it's a weird hybrid, and I don't think that many people think like that. And that's why I think Occam's razor would suggest that this guy was just hearing voices. Theo is saying, Atheist Republic, I get what you're saying. I just correctly knowing exactly what you're up against without misrepresenting. It's just correctly knowing exactly what you're up against without misrepresentation. Yeah. I mean, I could go on and say, like, hey, Islam is horrible and it teaches you to kill cats. Kill every little kitty out there, okay? It doesn't, okay? Would you say that, hey, are you apologizing for Islam for saying that it doesn't teach you to kill cats? No, I'm not, because I point out every fucking barbaric teaching that they have. I think it's going to be hard for us to point out the barbaric teachings of Islam. If somebody comes out and says Islam teaches you to kill little kitties, if you don't say, well, that's bullshit, it doesn't tell you that. If you don't do that, then people are not going to take it seriously when you tell them that it tells you to beat your wife. Old Scratch is saying that's not math. Well, I mean, it is math, but I'm not going to go into that. It's probability analysis. Because if you don't kill children, there's a probability that they're not going to go to heaven, but there's because they're going to sin as adults, or they're going to become non-Muslim, but the chances of them going to heaven if you kill them as children is 100%. That's the thinking behind that, okay? Which is weird, but yeah. I'm not Old Scratch is saying okay. So no, first Hello is saying there's religions predating Judaism that convey that humans are made of clay, so the Abrahamic faiths aren't the initial religions to say we're made of. Yeah, I know. Okay, but let's focus on the story. Old Scratch is saying I don't see where you are getting that he was hearing voices. But I read the article. He said it himself. Right? That's what he said. Didn't he? Let me look it up. Oh, maybe he didn't. I don't know why I imagined that. Okay. He just said he did it to please God. Yeah, you're right. I was wrong. He didn't say that. I did a search for it here. Nope, it doesn't say it. I don't know. I must have imagined that. Sorry about that. You're right. Thank you. Okay, next story. I think we spent way too much time on this. So even though he didn't say he was hearing voices, he said that he did it to please God. He didn't say that he did it to save his daughter, to make sure his daughter goes to heaven. That's not what he said. So I'm assuming that I'm saying it's more likely that he's just saying what is true, because if you're admitting to a crime, you might as well, if he did it to make sure his daughter go to heaven, he might as well just say that. I don't know, okay? You might be right. I just don't think most people think like that. I mean, I have met only 2 other people after telling my story about why I tried to commit suicide. Only 2 people, so many people heard my story. 2 people so far have came and told me that they almost committed suicide for the same reason. But I'm so far the only person that actually went through with it. So that I know of. So I do think this is a very unlikely way of thinking about it. I know there was a mother that drowned her kids. I think if I remember correctly, was to make sure they go to heaven. So it's not impossible, but it's very I think, given how common it is for people to be deluded like this, I think it's more likely that he actually thought that this is what God wants. Again, we can't know for certain. Closing this. Hello is asking me, do you think all or most religions should perish? Yeah, I think all religions should perish, without a doubt. Preferably starting with Islam. Let's go to the next story. Suspect arrested over UK punish a Muslim letter. Okay, this is going to be something we have to see. I want to see what you guys think about. So let's read this together. And again, I have to change the scene collection. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, this is all right. Okay. A man has been arrested in the UK in connection with a series of letters sent out to mosques and community groups which threatened Muslims with torture and murder on April 3rd of this year. British media outlets named the suspect as 35-year-old David Parnham. Is that how you say that? From the eastern English city of Lincoln. A police official said Parnham is accused of 14 offenses, including soliciting murder. When was this? April 3rd. Now is okay. Police officials said, okay. So Punish a Muslim Day passed without a major incident, but drew the attention of British counter-terrorism officials who launched an investigation into the letters. Wow, you have a British counter. I wish they also did the same thing with the grooming gangs. Officials who launched an by the way, that's the last story for today. So we're gonna there was a whole bunch of arrests for the grooming gangs. We're gonna get into that. No, guys, don't. Okay, Jeremy in the live chat is saying let's fuck with him and tell him we don't have audio. Beej, don't do that. I know Jeremy said saying a bit. Beej is gonna save me and tell me that if I really have audio or not. All right, the letters promised. Where were we? The letters promised points for accomplish. Oh wow, what the fuck? Seriously? The letters promise points. You could collect points for accomplishing a series of tasks. It's like a video game that involved harming Muslims, starting with 10 points for verbally abusing Muslims. Seriously, starting with 10 points? So there's no like... Okay. This guy doesn't know how to gamify something. For verbally abusing Muslims, and ending with 2,500 points for ambitious objective of setting a nuclear... What the fuck? Can I even say this on YouTube? I'm going to get my account... Okay. Setting off a nuclear bomb in the Muslim holy city of Mecca. Okay, YouTube, don't fuck with my channel, okay? I'm just reading this article. I know it's already going to be... No, Theo, don't do that. Theo is saying we can't hear you. Beach, can you guys hear me? Please, don't do this. Theo, don't do this. I'm not going to read any of your comments ever again if you guys do this to me. Actually, Beach, I trust you. You tell me if you have audio. Fuck you guys. You motherfuckers. We can't hear you. Thank you. Okay, Theo, you have to... You're grounded. I'm not going to read any of your comments from now for a while. The letters promise point... Okay, so 10 points for verbally abusing a Muslim and 2,500 points for nuking Mecca. So this means that if you verbally abuse 250... So 2,500 points for nuking Mecca. That means if I verbally abuse 250 Muslims, is morally equivalent to bombing Mecca. I don't think their math checks there. I don't think his point system is... Anyways, one challenge included torturing a Muslim using electricity. What the fuck? Skinning or the use of a rack. What the... Is this... It's like Game of Thrones shit. This guy is sick. The leaflet said they have hurt you, they have made your loved ones suffer, they have caused you pain and heartache. What are you going to do about it? I think this is, what are you going to about it? I think there's a do missing here. Hey guys, English is not even my first language, and I'm seeing an error in this article from Al Jazeera. Okay. Or maybe this is an exact quote, which is a British person, and I'm grammatically correcting you. Be ashamed. Oh, well, on top of the fact that you want to torture people. Officials said properties related to the suspects were being searched, but that there was no immediate threat to the public. There are more than 2.5 million Muslims in Britain, where Islam is the second largest religion. Okay, well, this is fucked up. I think we could all agree on that. 90% people know. Yeah, as he's saying, nuking Mecca would kill 99.99% innocent people. No, worth it. Can we get a unanimous agreement that this guy, whoever did this, was like a douchebag that needs to go to jail for this? I mean, I think the limit to free speech is actually, calling for violence, right? I mean, this is more than just fucked up. This is like illegal fucked up shit. This is beyond immoral. This should be a crime. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Jeremy's saying yes. Old Scratch, yes. Very fucked up. Hello is saying, I just wish someone would bomb the Kaaba without getting anyone hurt or killed. No, I want it to be turned into like a museum one day for where we will go. I want to go see the Kaaba. I can't because they will behead me. I want to go see it like as a tourist destination where we see like what people used to believe in. That would be the ideal. It's actually pretty cool. It's like they spent a lot. It looks very nice. It could be the future Louvre or something. I want to go. I wish I could go see it. But yeah, I mean, this is so fucked up. And you know who likes this kind of stuff? ISIS and Al Qaeda and religious extremists. This plays really well into their game. Like, they're gonna take this letter and they're gonna use it as a way to remind young Muslims that, look, this is what your country does. Even though most British people will never condone this or support anything like that, most British people will be disgusted by this. I still think they're gonna try to represent this as like, look, you're not. This is how your country. Do you really think you're part of this country? This is how you're treated, and they're gonna use this. They're gonna use this as a way to recruit. Hello is saying that makes sense, but it'll show Muslims that birds won't come to protect the Kaaba. Oh yeah, Hello is referring to a story where birds defended the Kaaba from elephants, but we're not gonna get into that. Theo is saying Mecca must stand so we can hold a pride parade out there. Yes, I agree. I was not going to read your comment, but this comment is very good. So I agree. Mecca, yes. Mecca should stand so one day we could replace its black drapes with rainbow colored drapes. We have actually, go search for rainbow Kaaba or gay Kaaba or LGBT Kaaba. We actually did Photoshop of it. We got the most amount of death threats per day when we did that, but it was crazy. It was amazing. Yeah, so yeah, you're right. I actually agree. Mecca should stand so one day, when that happens, I don't think it's going to happen in my lifetime, but that means that the whole world has evolved. Theo is saying, I said I could hear you, not that I couldn't. Yes, but with the clapping and everything around it, you made it seem like you're clapping because I can't hear you. You know what you were doing. Don't fuck with me. I know what you're doing. Anyways, so yeah, this is our douchebag of the day. Fuck this guy. I hope he goes to jail. The limit of free speech is not hate speech. Okay, so hate speech is also free speech, but the limit of free speech is actually soliciting violence. Actually saying that. So I consider myself a free speech absolutist, but the limit is like if that's how absolute if you say every speech goes, that means Hitler didn't commit any crimes because he himself didn't kill a single person, right? He just ordered. It was just speech, right? If you tell people to go kill somebody, that's a crime, okay? This is not free speech stuff. Obvious. I know it's obvious. I just have to say it. Be mad at Theo didn't do anything. Be mad at Jeremy. Okay, Jeremy, you're on. I'm watching you. All right, next. I'm gonna change. Oh wait, let's see what the comments are. What am I doing? Scene collection. Go here. Oh wait, we forgot to check the comments on this one. Forget it. It's too late for that. Just whoever's watching it on video, just pause. This is why we need Allie. I'm a mess. Anyways, for next story, let's remember to check the comments. Free speech is not threat speech. Beach. That's a good way of putting it. So hate speech is part of free speech, but threat is not part of free speech. Shouldn't be, at least. Okay, so what's this? Church of Scientology staffer in Quebec City earned $70 for nearly 39 hours of work. Holy fuck. Documents shows. Let's see what this story is about. Again, we have to change. See, if Ali was here, I would basically be showing you guys his comments while I was reading this, but I have to keep searching so you guys could go through this with me. Church of Scientology. Okay, I already read the title. A staff member of the Church of Scientology working in Quebec City in December 2017 was paid just under $70 for what appears to be nearly 39 hours of work, according to documents obtained by Radio Canada. Isn't that illegal in Canada? Isn't it like minimum wage or something? So that's less than $2 an hour. Wow. As far as you guys, you know what? Atheist Republic, we hire our staff mostly from Philippines because we can't afford from anywhere else. Like all the people that run the website, the social medias, the back end, we post like every 15 minutes on our social media, all the video editing and everything, and we pay. Even though it's in the Philippines, we pay 3 times an hour higher than this company that has shitload of money, but they're paying people $2 an hour. We're running out of cash, and even though we're hiring offshore mostly, we're paying 3 times more than them, and we're still running out of cash. Imagine if we had like so much money as the Church of Scientology, and we managed to pay them this much. This is how useful religion is. Listen, I'm pretty sure this guy was okay with it because let's see, and far less than minimum wage, which is which is 11.25 per hour at that time in Quebec. The minimum wage in the province rose to $12 an hour on May 12th, so a 75 cents increase. But the organization says employees are religious workers. See, I knew. Imagine if we had that excuse and we could get away with paying people $2 an hour. What the hell? Pay depends on church revenue, and ex-members say, according to the doctrine espoused by the Church of Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard, staff members aren't paid the hour, but rather by units. Former members of church told Radio Canada. Well, this is your view on minimum wage and anything, whatever it is. I think the law should be, whatever the law is, should be applied to everybody, including this fucking church. Jesus Christ, 38 hours. I'm gonna save this and show this to my staff. So if anybody wants a raise, I'm just gonna send this to them so that they know how good they have it. Gavin is saying in the live chat, I wouldn't call Scientology a religion, more cult-like than religion. What, aren't all religions cult-like? Isn't the difference just the size? Theo is saying Atheist Republic. It'd be great if Scientology if building I walk by in Hollywood was Atheist Republic office building and bookstore. Oh yeah, that would be good. I don't know, if we own a building up, we'd probably sell it and use the money to do more online stuff, because we're reaching a shitload of people just by online. We could translate. If we had that much money, we would translate everything. We would hire Arabic speakers, Spanish speakers. We would have like shows in all the languages. We would do so many. We would have all our books translated. We would so many things we could do. Like we would have a radio station, a TV live 24-hour TV station. We would bring religious people to debate. We would pay them speaking fees. You know how many things I have in mind if we had that kind of money for Atheist Republic. We would have like debates, 24/7 debates. My God, that would be so great. Theo is saying James Randi said it best. L. Ron Hubbard knew exactly what he was doing. Yeah, and I think it's one of the few prophets that we could see. Well, I don't know if prophet or whatever, but one of the few people, religious founders, that you could see exactly what happened. For the others, we're just guessing. Like we don't. Muhammad, it's fun to guess, but we can never know what if Muhammad's historical character or whatever. If Jesus was real, if the historical Jesus, what was he thinking? What was going? Like these are just guesswork, right? We're just playing around. But Elrond, we can know exactly. There's too much evidence. But another pay stub seen by Radio Canada. One of the workers was paid $20.19 for 6 hours of work. Wow. Radio Canada tried to reach the specific workers for comments without success, of course, because they think they don't want. They don't want to. If you're a member of Scientology, do you think you want to rat on the church? They're gonna fuck you up. They're gonna destroy. They have so many things they could do to you. I think Scientology should actually become illegal. These people, they have too much influence. I think, anyways. Workers within the organizations must also deduct taxes and other contributions. So this is fucked up, because the church itself doesn't have to pay any taxes for the money it's taking from people. But when it pays its workers like $20 for 6 hours of work or less, they have to pay taxes and all this. Oh my God. The cumulative salary for one staff member was $8,275 after deductions, according to another document obtained by Radio Canada. Religious workers, I think. Okay, we get that. 70 workers in Quebec City. Let me just It seems to me. Look at this. Look at their magazines. Look at their buildings. What the hell? These people are fucking rich. Why are you so greedy? Pay your people. Oh, church not exempt from paying minimum wage. Good. In addition to their wages, their organization staff benefit from spiritual services and personal improvement courses. Oh my God, what a fucking bullshit excuse. However, because they're getting spiritual benefits, then they're getting paid. What the hell? Oh, I wish we had like an atheist heaven or something. I could tell our staff that you're gonna get paid in the next life. However, law professor, and then these people don't have heaven, but they have some other promises. Individuals who are self-employed employees subject to the Canada Labor Code, embassy or consulate placing. I don't know if we want to get into this legal stuff. I just think that they're saying that they can't get away with this. They have to adhere to the laws. One ex-Scientologist compared it to slavery. Yeah. Anyways, I think we're good. We should go to the next story. Let me see if there are any comments. Scene collection. Oh yeah, Theo is saying we have Joseph Smith's police record. Imagine if Jesus had a police record or Muhammad has a police record. But let's see if there's any comments here. Huh. That's a weird comment. Okay, let me see if there's anything on Facebook. People in the live chat. Okay. It is far beyond time that mega churches and the like were taxed. If they are not donating over 60% of surplus, they should have to pay tax. Yeah, I mean, a lot of charity organizations don't pay taxes, but at least they're transparent. They show their books. They show that they're providing a service to the community. These churches are not providing anything, and then they get away with not paying any taxes. I agree with that. That was on the Facebook chat. But let's move on to the next story. Oh, finally, some good news. Good news for a change. Well, okay, so the beginning, I'm going to people that are listening to this on audio, the beginning of this is not that good, but bear with me. Shot and left for dead by Taliban. Afghanistan's Malala just graduated college with honors. So this is not Malala, but they call her Afghanistan's Malala. So Afghanistan has their own version of a similar story as Malala. Let's read the story. This is some good news. We need some good news. It's hard to have religion and good news at the same time. So, Jesus Christ, why did they shoot her? Okay, so her name is Breshna Musa. I think if I saw the Persian writing of this, I would be able to read it better than English. Breshna Musazai. Leaned on her brother as she climbed out of her wheelchair. Oh, she's still in a wheelchair. And up the stairs of the graduation stage at the American University of Afghanistan. American University of Afghanistan. Okay. With polio in one leg and injuries from a Taliban attack in the other, the climb was difficult. Wasn't there anybody there to help her? She heard cheers from behind her when she took her diploma and turned to look at the audience. She was shocked to see the crowd standing for her as she crossed the stage. It was a very proud moment for me, Musazi told CNN. Musazi's graduation from college last month. She earned a bachelor's degree in law. Wow, that's good. That's going to be useful based on what she went through. Maybe she'll use it for helping people in Afghanistan. Was a life dream for her family, but 2 years earlier, Musazi wasn't sure she even lived to see the next morning. In 2016, holy shit, this was quite recent. In 2016, the Taliban, which vehemently opposes women's education. So just for people that don't know this, the only reason why she got shot was because she was getting educated. Taliban is against women education. That's why she got shot. Shot her in the leg and the foot and left her for dead. Because of this, Musazi has been compared to Malala Yousafzai. I never heard Malala's last name before. Yousafzai. I wish there was a Persian version of this. I would have been able to read these properly. Whatever. Of Pakistan. So Malala is from Pakistan. This woman has a similar story, but is from Afghanistan. I think they should meet. That would be amazing. So Malala survived being shot by the Taliban at age 15 and went on to receive the Nobel Peace Prize and become a feminist symbol for young women. Next time, people just remember that feminism is not dead. Okay, these are your feminists. Okay. She faced many obstacles. Musazi lived as a refugee in Pakistan before moving to Afghanistan in 2011. Imagine how fucked up Afghanistan is that you have to live as a refugee in Pakistan. What the? In 2012, she enrolled in college. It was her father's dream that she get a great education, but schooling can be expensive. My father had to manage somehow to pay for my education, as said the 28-year-old. I mean, if you get shot by the Taliban, you have to get the government, I hope, at least pays for your education. And with polio in her right leg, she found it difficult to walk. She lived on the 6th floor of the building with no elevators. What? Every day she climbed those stairs. Jesus. There wasn't anybody in the school that was just took her, like grabbed their chair from each side and just took her every day. Every day they made her climb 6 floors with no elevators. She says she would vomit from the toll it took on her body and had pains in her back. This is not as heartwarming story as I thought it would be. I want to know why there are not students in this university that would see somebody on a wheelchair and just let her climb 6 floors. What kind of university is this? Things were difficult. They would get so much worse. While inside her campus mosque in 2016, Taliban assailants attacked. I think I'm not reading this right. While inside her campus mosque in 2016, Taliban assailants attacked. With her disability, Musazi couldn't run. She stayed inside the mosque, terrified. What the fuck? Until the firing stopped. When she thought it was safe, she moved to another building and assailants shot her in the leg. What the fuck? This motherfucker Taliban. They're saying I don't know how old she was. They're saying a woman. I don't want to say girl. Last time I referred to somebody as a girl, people were like, "Oh, why are you calling her a girl? You're being so disrespectful. She's a grown woman." I didn't know that was disrespectful. I thought it's the same as saying, "Hey, me and the boys are gonna go grab some beer or something." I didn't know that calling a grown woman girl is disrespectful. Anyways, so a woman. So when Taliban sees a woman not being able to walk, and you just shoot her in the fucking leg, you really have to question yourself at that point. Like, does it not cross your mind? Like, I'm like, you know how the comedy clip, I forgot who made when they say like, are we the baddies? Like, do you not think like when somebody can't walk and you're in a mosque and you're shooting them, you think you're a Muslim and you're shooting somebody in the mosque that can't walk in the leg, you don't think to yourself like, are we not the bad guys? Like, doesn't that cross your mind at some point? An assailant shot her in the leg, breaking her bone. She fell to the ground, a second bullet in her foot. Oh my fucking god, these motherfuckers, She lay there for 6 hours pretending to be dead. That's smart. After a few hours, another bullet hit her foot. When police finally rescued... Wait, so 2 bullets in her foot? Jesus. Rescued her, she couldn't walk. This nearly broke her. No kidding. She couldn't go to school for nearly a year afterwards because she needed to recover. Okay. The first day of my injury, when I was in the hospital, this is her saying it. At that time, I thought I would not be able to go back to school, she said. For me, I thought life had ended and there was no hope. This is so amazing how in places where education is, you can't have an you shouldn't, a lot of people think you shouldn't have an education. So many people are desperate to have an education. Like, I don't know how people like in Canada or in the United States where you go to university and could just decide to go to university and get an education. I don't know if people understand how some people are actually like fighting for these things. Like how people are like They're taking a bullet to be able to go to get education. Like, I don't know if people understand how valuable education is and how desperately people are wanting to have it. I was scared every day. She said, outside the university, I was scared, and even though inside the university was very safe, I was scared about how to survive, about what I would do if it does happen again. She became an inspiration. I don't know, how long is this article? Are we going to go through the entire thing? Anyways, I think it's... Let me just read this part. She became an inspiration. Education is a right and is natural right. Yep. So this is a picture of her. I'm not gonna... if you're listening to some podcast, you're not gonna be serious. She's in a wheelchair still. Yep. So this is a picture of her getting a degree. Anyways, good story. I want to see if there's any way we can reach out to her. This would be a great host, a great guest to have in a podcast. Or I want to see if it's possible. She should like become as famous as Malala. You know, Malala is right now getting a lot of media attention. I think she deserves to go to get the same thing. Like she sacrificed a lot to be able to get this. Anyways, kind of a sad and happy story at the same time. Let me see if if it doesn't cost you, you don't value. Okay, I think that's a fair point. Unfortunately, you guys have covered much worse stories. Yes, I know. But I think this is a good story. I think it gives hope. She managed to survive. We got a lot of comments on this one when we posted. I mean, we got a lot of shares and likes. This one became very popular on Atheist Republic. You see more than 100 shares, 970 likes. Gregory saying congratulations, young lady. Too bad the brain damage occurred before she was shot. Congrats on graduation, but get some normal clothes on. Oh, fuck this shit. Oh, come on, guys. You know, so look at this. Look at what Peter is saying. Congrats on graduation, but get some normal clothes on. Okay? Here's the thing. I am very, very anti-hijab. Okay? But I'm not anti-hijabi. I mean, the person that is wearing the hijab. It's really hard, you know. I'm anti what the hijab symbolizes. I'm against what it represents. I'm against what it means, what it's supposed to mean about the woman that is wearing it. But, you know, a lot of people have no idea what the fuck it represents and means. And, I mean, this is if that's what you see, I mean, you're not looking hard enough. What do you guys think? Like when Peter is focusing on the fact that she's wearing a hijab. I don't think that's the fair point to make. Yeah, and Christopher is saying those clothes are pretty normal in Afghanistan. Yeah, and I think I am against the hijab itself and what it represents, but I'm not against the hijab wearer, the person that wears the hijab. You have to understand that they're part of a huge cultural, like you're in the middle of it. There's a lot of things that you don't even, I think it's not fair to say that, you know, when you're born into something. It's basically it's a little bit similar to being against Islam, not being against Muslims. I think it's the same thing. I'm against the hijab and what it represents, but I'm not against the people simply for deciding to wear the hijab. Yeah, Morgan is saying the best way is to say it, you're anti-religion, but not anti-religious. As he's saying, they shot her for going to school. What are they going to do if she has no hijab? Yeah, but I think in Afghanistan, hijab is not mandatory. Is it mandatory in the university? I don't think so. Right now, there's only one place that hijab is mandatory for everyone, even which is Iran. Even in Saudi Arabia, if you're not a Saudi or if you're not a citizen or if you're not a Muslim, I think you could get away with that wearing a hijab. You still have to wear modest clothing, but you don't have to wear the hijab. I think, but Iran is the only place. Afghanistan when Taliban ruled Afghanistan, hijab was mandatory for everybody. But right now, Iran is the only place where hijab is mandatory for everyone, including foreigners. Jeremy is saying they have been indoctrinated. That's all. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. This is a bizarre story. Apparently, we now know what God looks like. So the story says American Christians have spoken, and now we know what God looks like. Let's see what this story is about. Scene collection. Let's see. Oh my god, this is not covering the whole thing. How do I? Oh, actually, it's fine. Okay, so this is what, guys, you're looking at the face of God. This story is bizarre. Let me close a few tabs. Okay. A group of researchers from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill showed more than 500 Christians a variety of faces and asked them to pick the one that best represents their version of God. Really? This is what they come up with? I would think it would look more like Jesus. This guy doesn't even have a beard or long hair. Then they averaged the various traits and came up to conclusions based on the participants' age and political affiliations. All of their results look fairly similar. The study was published in journal. This is a peer-reviewed research or something. This is weird. It was posted in a journal, and this was the composite image they found. Okay, so podcast listeners can't see this. This guy, I think somebody got mentioned here. What do you guys say? This guy looks like Brad Pitt, doesn't he? I don't know what he looks like. But didn't the Bible say that you can't see the face of God? Actually, the Bible does contradict itself, because in a couple of places it says that you can see the face of God, but then there's a whole bunch of places that God appears to people, and there's a specific verse in the Bible that says that you saw the face of God. I think it was when God had the fight with, was it with Jacob, that was renamed Israel after that? God fights who? Oh yeah, it was Jacob. I was right. So God fights Jacob. Let's read this article first. I think they're going to talk about this. That's not what I would have guessed. Neither would I. This is weird. This image, it does not look like what I would have thought Christians think God look like. It's possible the researchers said that some people confuse God with Jesus, but this guy doesn't even look like Jesus. Still, they were able to find a few. But wait a minute, confuse God with Jesus? They're Christians. Isn't God supposed to be Jesus? They were able to find a few patterns in the results. What does God generate? So they saying he's masculine. He was Caucasian. That's bizarre. Attractive, intelligent, and loving. God's face was also rated significantly younger than the alternative. This is bizarre. If this is God the Father or God the Son, if it's supposed to be the same, why doesn't he look like the Jesus character that people usually think? And if it's the Father, why is he young? Isn't God the Father supposed to be older than Jesus? He's like a Zeus kind of character with beard and stuff. What the fuck is this? I'm questioning this research. This guy is clean shave and everything. The face of the modern American God appeared kinder and more approachable than the God of the Sistine Chapel, perhaps reflecting a different cultural concerns of the 16th century versus today. However, these General results should be interpreted with caution, since participants' rating may have been biased by their conceptualizations of Jesus. Biased by Jesus? How? Even if they were biased because of thinking about Jesus, this still doesn't look like what most people think about when they think about Jesus. Let me actually bring up the live chat in case my mic is off. You guys are okay? Everything cool? Yeah, you guys are. Yeah, you're right. I think Morgan Freeman should retire as the face of God. If you need to find somebody that looks like this, and he needs to be white, you can't have a black person. They also broke the results down by demographics, like liberals versus conservatives. Wouldn't the liberals think about something more? I think this is inclusive, like maybe a black lesbian woman with a hijab. The conservative as God was perceived as more masculine, older, more powerful, and wealthier than the liberals' God. What do you mean wealthier? God was wealthy. Doesn't God own everything? Conservatives' God was wealthier than the liberals' God? What does that mean? So the liberals think God is poor? What? Am I reading this right? Reflecting conservatives' motivation for a God who enforces order. Liberal God was more African American. Oh, see, I was right. Liberal's God was more African American and more loving. More African American, okay. African American. So he was not just African. He wasn't just black. He was African American. What? So he had American citizenship as well? This is bizarre. Then the conservatives' God. This is so weird. Wait, I think didn't there should be a Morgan Freeman reference here somewhere. There's a celebrity that looks like this. I wanna describe this to the people that are listening to this on a podcast. Oh yeah, there we go. Jimmy Fallon. So this guy looks like Jimmy Fallon. He does, doesn't he? So Jimmy Fallon should play God from now on. Actually, if for conservatives, Jimmy Fallon is God. For liberals, Morgan Freeman can still stay God because he's African American. But this is bizarre. Why African American? Oh, thank you, Morgan. Have a good time. Thank you for joining us. But you guys, this is bizarre. I think so. Conservatives think that God is a clean-shaven white guy. All right. Let's go to the next story. Let me see actually what if you guys say. Legion, sorry for the mess up with the typo. Morgan, sorry for not having Allie here today. I know would have gone through this faster if we had Allie, but we'll have her next week. Michael is saying God is a white mate weighing about 190 pounds and about 6 feet tall. If you have any information relating to the whereabouts of God, please contact the local authorities. Yeah, actually, now that we have a sketch, this guy is a fucking criminal. He drowned an entire fucking planet with children and everything. So it's a good thing we have a sketch. This should be on like every, milk container and everything. God looks. All right. This is not what I would imagine at all. If you ask me what do you think Christians would think about God, this would not be one of them. Next story. Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda's Mali, but for those of you who don't think Al-Qaeda is not still relevant, they have been doing a lot of stuff. I don't know why I haven't been hearing about all this, because they have been kidnapping a whole bunch of people. Al-Qaeda's Mali branch releases video of 2 female hostages. So the story is not that they have hostages. I don't know why we didn't know this, but the story is that they released a video. Let's see. Actually, let's see what you guys commented as well. Let's come back in. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's go back in. Al Qaeda's Mali branch. My God, these people are international. They have a branch everywhere. Released a proof of life video Wednesday showing footage of two female hostages abducted in a separate incident and held for more than a year, according to somewhere. So, who are these people from? The video released on Telegram by the Mali-based Al-Qaeda affiliate, known by its acronym JNIM, shows Colombian nun Gloria Celia Narwaz caring for French aid worker Sophie Pitronen. Sorry. According to the US-based group that monitors jihadist communities. So French and Colombian. She was kidnapped in 2016. What the hell? These things don't even... did you guys hear about this? In 2016 that she was kidnapped? I didn't know this was happening. This isn't... Nobody gives a shit apparently anymore. This is just too common. Narwa was seized near Mali's border with Burkina in 2000. Okay, yeah, these are just details. First time here. B just saying first time hearing about it. Yeah, this is weird. I wonder how many other. I'm just gonna read the highlights. See, if Ellie was here, we would have had the highlights. Pope Francis. She's asking Pope Francis to help. Okay, in January. I want to see if this is a major thing. There we go. This is what I want to read. A number of hostages in Mali have been held for years. How many? Is there a number? The extremists have made a fortune over the last decade abducting foreigners in the vast Sahel region and demanding enormous ransoms for their release. Wait, what? How they're making a fortune? People are actually paying them? A Swede, Johan Gustafsson, was freed in June 2017 after being held by the Islamic extremists in Mali for 6 years. Wow! South African Stephen McGowan, also held for 6 years, was released in late July 2017. I had no idea this was happening. How many people? Both governments say they did not pay ransoms. Wait, if the governments did not pay ransom, why were they released? And if they were not paying ransoms, how are they making a fortune? Are they just like paying them and just saying that they're not paying them? Well, they can't do that, can they? A French-led intervention drove out Islamic extremists from strongholds in northern Mali in 2013, but the extremists have continued targeting peacekeepers and other forces. Well, fuck. I don't understand. Oh, Beach is saying families probably paid. Isn't that like... doesn't the government stop that? Like, isn't it illegal to pay the terrorist? I don't know. Well, I don't know how to... I mean, I don't know what to comment on. This is fucked up. Al-Qaeda is still relevant, apparently, and they're making money off of this stuff. And I can't say don't go to these places, because these places do need help. There's a lot of peacekeepers that go there, and then they get abducted. But I don't know I don't know what the solution to this is. All right. Let's go to the next story. Employee quits ABS over sex and marriage rules. By the way, let's go back actually. Let's see if there's any comments there. I don't think there's going to be that much comments on this one. AR2. Just in time for 8. That's the only comment we got. Never mind. Okay. Employees quit ABS over sex and marriage rules. I think this is a different ABS from what we're thinking. Let's see. Oh, this is done. Okay. Stay. Okay, let's see. So the American Bible Society, ABS. Oh, Jeremy is saying, I'm glad you still decided to do this with Ellie. Yeah, and I'm appreciating having her more as I'm doing this. So thank you, Jeremy. So yeah, it's called the American Bible Society. ABS is a United States-based non-denominational Bible society which publishes, distributes, and translates the Bible and provides study aids and other tools to help people engage with the Bible. ABS presented its affirmation of biblical community to employees in December. I wonder if which way the story is going. They're saying that they're accepting of gays and people quit, or if they're saying no gays allowed and people quit. Actually, never mind. The cover of the article lets that off. It requires employees to refrain from sexual contact outside the marriage covenant. Oh, fuck off. Which it defined as husband and wife. Go fuck yourself. ABS will, according to its affirmation of biblical community, soon changes policy towards employees' sexual orientation. Changes in policy towards his employees' sexual orientation. So basically, they're saying if you have sex out of marriage, or if you're gay, I think it's mostly about gay people. They're just trying to cover their butts by saying any non-biblical sexual relationship. So you can't work here if you don't live according to Bible. I think somebody should just go and from this company and just rape their father and be like, well, this is biblical. You can't fire me for that. It will require all employees to adhere to Orthodox Christian beliefs and heed a conservative code of sexual ethics. Again, the Bible. The Bible is the last fucking book that you want to use for sexual ethics. Yeah, I don't know if these people actually have read the Bible. That means that the ABS will effectively prohibit sexually active LGBT people and couples in cohabitating relationships from working for them. Well, I don't think you're actually being biblical by doing that, because you can't just if you read your Bible, you can't just fire them. You have to stone them. Okay? You can't just read half of a verse and then ignore the second half of the verse, right? Because the verse that you're getting these laws from tells you exactly what you're supposed to do to gay people. So why are you just firing them? Why are you not actually, if you actually think you're getting this out of the Bible, why are you not stoning gay people? The organization has a stance that this measure would bring unity and clarity. Yeah, definitely did. Brought clarity to how fucking hypocrites you are. Let me see. I want to see if people now are quitting because of what? I think because this is a non-denominational Christian organization, a lot of people are not going to be happy. A lot of Christians in this company are going to, that's why they're quitting. In a statement issued in response to RNS questions, this came from RNS. President and CEO Roy Peterson wrote, "We did this because we believe a staff made of people with a deep and personal connections to the Bible will bring unity and clarity as we continue our third century of ministry." You know what? I know what they're doing. I think I know. Tell me if you think I'm right. I think what they're doing is that they're doing something that know that it's going to get news coverage, right? So they're banking. They're banking on the news cover of the outrage that this is going to get and the news coverage that it's going to get, and they're going to think, I bet you a whole bunch of people are going to start download. A lot of Christians are going to start downloading our apps and checking us out because we did this, because of the free media attention, the free marketing that we're going to get. You know how much money you have to spend to get this much exposure in paid ads? And so it's a nice trick. Beginning in January 2019, all employees will be required to sign the document, which also requires anyone working for ABS to be involved in. Oh my God! They have to be involved in local Christian church. Holy shit! So you can't work there if you're not in. Wait a minute? Where is this? Isn't this illegal? Can they do this? It's in the United States. Can somebody tell me if this is legal? You can fire you if you don't attend church. Wait, so I know what they should do. Muslims, can you help us out here and apply to work at this firm? Because they're gonna have to fire you for being Muslim. Like this will be grounds for discrimination, right? A whole bunch of Muslims should apply to get a job here, and because they're gonna not get a job, because nobody gives a shit about us atheists, right? But they care about the Muslims, so maybe they could be of service here and try to say that we're being discriminated against because we're Muslims, and that would be an accurate statement. This is so sad, right? Like nobody cares about. If we go and say like, "Hey, they didn't hire us because we're atheists," people are like, "Wow, go cry," Nobody cares. Go hate God somewhere else. But Muslim, you have to get a Muslim or a Jewish people, even better. Get Jewish people. Holy shit. Yeah, you can. That's how you could create the controversy out of this. Jewish people, please go ahead and apply here. And when they tell you that you can't get a job here, is because you're Jewish. So that should get some people paying attention to this. Have to vanish. Thanks, Armin. Beach is saying, okay. Beach, thank you. Nirad is saying, expected as usual. Hate God, where is he? Oh, Nirad, you're saying hate. Okay, I want to respond to this because a lot of people say that, oh, we're atheists. How could you hate God if you're an atheist? And that's true. But at the same time, you could hate a character, right? Like the same way you could hate Voldemort or any other fictional character. It's possible to hate fictional characters knowing that they're fictional. Okay, so I want to see what was the consequences of this. All employees will be required to sign documents. Yeah, we heard that. It was already a cause. Okay, so this is the interesting one. There was a whole bunch of people that left. You have to be involved in your local Christian church and to resist temptations of deception, malicious speech, and stealing, cheating others, and dishonoring my body through substance abuse. Well, that's just, I think, standard for other bills. Okay, so cheating others, temptation. It's so funny that they're putting these next to attending. So you have to attend your local church and not be a criminal. Okay, so as if like they're the same, as if they see non people that don't go to church as not perfect, not good people. So fucked up. At least 9 of the organizations, 200 or so employees have. Okay, so 9 of the 200 employees have quit so far, and more told the RNS they are looking for jobs elsewhere and will likely take another job on or before January. Imagine if they did this when they wanted to let some staff go as well. Imagine if they wanted to downsize, but they didn't want to fire anybody. I think that's expensive. That's a very neat way as well to be able to get some people to leave without actually you having to fire them. 33-year-old gay man. Okay, so wow, there was a gay man that worked there. Jeremy, which was a 34-year-old gay man who had worked for the organization for 10 years. Why would you work there, Jeremy? Why? Why? As a web service manager, said he felt no choice but to quit a few months ago. You know what? Now that they did this, you should have stayed and forced them to fire you. In a letter he sent to the board of directors before he left, he wrote, "I am hurt because this affirmation specifically excludes me from the community it is supposed to foster." Anyways, this is so fucked up. Let me see if there are any comments on Facebook. Let's go in to the live chat. Jeremy is saying, "I hate flying pink unicorns." Why would you hate flying pink unicorns? I think they're awesome. But let's see. I know I'm not the only one that thought a anti-lock braking system. Yeah, I think when people saw ABS, people thought they're talking about the security firm. But no, this is different. Okay, anyone is in the right mind with... Okay. Let me see the live chat. Out of context. Yes, Jeremy, that was out of context. Next story. We have only... How many to go? I think after this one, 2 more to go. Come on, load. Load. Okay. Dubai celebrity chef could face prosecution for anti-Islam comments. Oh my God. What did you say? Let's see what... Probably nothing wrong. Let's see. Let's see if we agree with what he said. Or if it's worth a prosecution. I have to close a whole bunch of tabs. Close. I think it's slowing down everything. Alright. Let's go inside. My God, this is way more fun with Ellie. Don't you agree? I want to see her reactions to all of this stuff. Okay. Dubai celebrity chef could face prosecutions for anti-Islam comments. All right, so let's see. Oh, this is his tweet, isn't it? Let's see. Okay, and I'm going to show you. First, let's read the... A renowned celebrity chef in Dubai could be prosecuted after making comments on Twitter about Islam. Atul Kuchar, I think he's Indian. He looks Indian as well. Who runs the popular Rang Mahal restaurant, definitely Indian, in the Dubai Marriott hotel, is also facing a boycott of his restaurants and calls for him to be sacked. The row erupted after he posted a now deleted message on Twitter on Sunday night in response to a post by Indian actress. Oh, I think we covered her. Priyanka Chopra. Is this the same lady that was talking about the little girl being killed in India by Hindus? Is this the same lady? It is, isn't it? Where is the sign that she was holding on Twitter? No, it's not, is it? Yes. Is it? No. Anyways, maybe it's somebody that made a similar statement. Where are we? Back here. In which she said she was sorry that some people had been offended by the portrayal of Hindu nationalists as terrorists on her US TV show. What? Why would you apologize for that? I think that's an accurate statement, isn't it? He wrote, "It's sad to see that you have not respected the sentiments of Hindus." What? I don't... Okay, so I was going to support this guy's anti-Islam comments, but apparently I'm not... Apparently I don't agree with him. So Atul wrote in his tweet, "It's sad to see that you have not respected the sentiments of Hindus who have been terrorized by Islam over 2,000 years. Shame on you." Okay, Atools. I really thought I could support you on your anti-Islam tweet, but this I can't support. Fuck sentiment of Hindus. Okay, like if we go by your standards, then we can't criticize Islam either. Because what about sentiments of Muslims who have been terrorized by a whole bunch of other people? Um, fuck Hinduism and fuck Islam, especially now because Hinduism is becoming like more and more crazy. Hindu nationalism, at least. Um, I think this Indian actress, she shouldn't have apologized for her tweet. She shouldn't have backed down. I think she should have doubled down. Wait, apparently. Oh, I know this story. She didn't even try. It wasn't even her. This was. This is. She didn't make a comment. She was just following the script that was given to her. Okay, this she didn't even make a comment. Okay, so in the show that she was playing somebody, apparently it was a Hindu nationalist that was a terrorist, which is actually accurate. There are these people are going nuts right now, but with their Hindu nationalism, I mean there are examples of that people that would do something among Hindu nationalists. So it's not like she was doing something that is unlikely, or I don't know, but the fact is that she didn't even make the statement. She was apologizing for something that she didn't do. They wrote her a script. She played the part. So yeah, again, this is an anti-Islam tweet that I can't support. First of all, she didn't do anything wrong. Second of all, this is a classic case of whataboutism. Third of all, fuck anyone's sentiments. The truth is the truth. Whoever gets offended, be damned. And I'm not saying Hinduism is worse than Islam, but it's not like it's not a cause for terrorism. It is. I mean, Hindus also terrorize Muslims all the time. This whole love jihad is the way that they accuse Muslims of trying to steal Hindu women, and they go kill them. They just recently killed a little Muslim girl in a temple. So I don't understand this guy. This again. I'm very much against Islam, but I can't. This is nonsense. But I don't think that he should lose his job over this. I mean, it's his opinion. Oh, actually, never mind. He can lose his job over it, but I don't think he should be prosecuted. Like, this is Dubai, so this is again this is fucked up. I think maybe the worst that should happen to him is that he loses his job. But the fact that he's being, let me see, what could he be facing? Twitter users quickly responded, criticizing Kochar for his remarks and suggesting that he should not be working in a Muslim country if he feels badly treated by Muslims and Islam. Really? Okay, his response is fucking horseshit, and people's response to him is also horseshit. Everybody is getting this wrong. The actress is getting this wrong. She shouldn't have been apologizing. She was just playing a part. I'm against Islam, but this tweet by Atul is fucking bullshit. To her, it doesn't matter if. Anyways, Hindus are being offended, and also people responding to the chef Atul saying that he shouldn't be working in a Muslim country. If you really want to go by that standard, you have to be very careful if that's your standard, because a lot of Muslims will be having to leave a whole bunch of countries that they're working at, given that they're not happy with the policies of that country, if this is the standard that you have. Again, the criticism is that he should not be working in a Muslim country if he feels badly treated by Muslims and Islam. Would you say that about Muslims? Would you say that if Muslims think that they're being badly treated by the UK government or the US or by Trump or by Burma's government or by China, that they should just leave? Several people tagged Dubai police in their responses. What? Dubai police? This shouldn't be a police matter. This should maybe tag their employers and they could get fired for this. That should be the worst that happens to them. Dear Dubai police, this guy earns in Dubai while he defames Islam by saying it is a religious terrorism. Somebody wrote on Twitter. Okay, so I know police is. Why would you tag the police on that? This is like next time tag it like, dear police, my mom is making me do homework and I'm so tired. Please come talk to my mom. Social media laws are very strict in the UAE. Okay, I guess it's against the law. Unlike comments found to be spreading sectarian hate or racism, especially in connection with Islam and Muslims, are criminal offense and the chef can be prosecuted. So wait, what are you saying? Are you saying racist comments are not criminal in Dubai, but comments with regards to Islam and Muslims could be? This is Dubai, by the way, good people. Dubai is supposed to be like a very advanced city in the UAE. UAE is supposed to be above all this stuff, but it's not. A whole bunch of people get arrested for Islamic bullshit. My wife really wants to go to Dubai, and I always say, well, I can't. We can't. Yeah, and Jeremy is pointing out that most people can't just pick up and leave, and that sucks. They can't escape. Yeah. So the UAE's anti-discriminatory law criminalizes all forms of discrimination on all grounds of religion, belief, sex, faith, creed, race. Wait, so I might have read that wrong. Oh, okay, no. Unlike comments found to be spreading sectarianism and hate or racism, especially in connection with Islam and Muslims, are criminal offense. So all of this is criminal, but especially if it's with regards to Muslims and Islam. Yemeni lawyer. What was this guy thinking? Like in Dubai saying something like that? That's kind of, I don't know. Was he being brave or stupid? Or both? Okay, so he backed down. Atul basically wrote that there's no justifications for my tweet. A major error made in the heat of the moment on Sunday. I fully recognize my inaccuracies, that Islam was founded around 1400 years ago, and I sincerely apologize. I am not Islamophobic. I deeply regret my comments that have offended many. Everybody is just bullshit on top of bullshit. So the first comment was bullshit. The reply to that was bullshit. The reply to that reply was bullshit. And this final reply is also bullshit. And people's reaction to it is also bullshit. They want them to get prosecuted. People just using the police for their own thin skin. UAE law can also hold employers responsible for ensuring their employees follow the rules. This guy's just whole career just went down the toilet by one tweet. Like, this guy was a celebrity chef. One tweet later, his whole world is coming to an end. This is so fragile. Okay, I think we got over this. I don't need to read anymore. Again, the reason why this is taking a bit long is because if we had Allie here, she would just give us a summary instead of me having to read this whole thing. Let's go to the next comment. Let's see if people commented on this. Demetrius is saying Dubai scores first place for ignorance in the world. No, it doesn't. Not even close. This chef position is that of Hindus, extremists, doesn't deserve any sympathy. No, his position is wrong, but he doesn't deserve to be prosecuted for it. Just because he's wrong doesn't mean that you should go to... Worse is that maybe you lose your job. I think. You guys agree with that? Richie is saying the comment was not anti-Islamic. It was just a comparison. I don't know. It was anti-Muslim more than anti-Islamic. Anyways, let's go to the next. Oh, I like this story. This is a nice story. Finally, more good news. 2 good news stories today. So, Miss Iraq and Miss Israel reunited after selfie controversy. Let's go to this one. How are the Facebook people? I've been ignoring them. Shit. Okay. See, this is why we need Ali here. Again, keep missing Ali. All right, let's go to this story. This is a BBC article. Miss Iraq and Miss Israel reunited after selfie controversy. I remember this. Why is this back in the news? They posted a selfie and let's okay. 6 months ago. Okay, yeah. It was 6 months ago. 6 months ago, a simple selfie between two Miss Universe contestants provoked a backlash that pushed one of the one to flee her home country, her family. Oh wow, she had to actually run away from Iraq. I think the Iraqi one had to flee her country. Obviously, Israel is not that bad. Sarah was representing Iraq at the 2017 pageant in Las Vegas when she snapped a picture with Miss Israel, Adar Gandelsman, and posted it online. You know, the fact that she thought that, oh, Miss Israel, let me post a picture with her and post it online. The fact that she didn't expect anything to happen. I don't know if that's cute or naive or innocent. I think it's a mix of naive and innocent. Innocent in a nice way, that you're so just nice to other people that you don't know how fucked up the rest of the planet is. Because I would have told you that, yeah, I'm pretty sure if you post this, you're gonna get a major reaction. But some people in Iraq did not see it that way, and she said sent her death threats. Of course, here's a comparison. Did the Israeli woman get death threats from Israeli citizens for posting this picture? Probably not. Iraq and Israel have no diplomatic relations, and Miss Ida's message was interpreted by some as endorsement of Israel and a betrayal of the Palestinians Arabs. Yeah, because every fucking Israeli represents their entire country and everything their country does, right? What the hell? When I posted the picture, I didn't think for a second there would be a blowback, because you're too nice and too naive. But I mean, I don't know if this is nice. I mean, I kind of feel, it kind of feels nice that somebody is that sweet to not even think that people will react badly to this. She told CNN at the time, I woke up to calls from my family and the Miss Iraqi organization going insane. The death threats I got online were so scary. Miss Adan and her family relocated to the US, but on Monday she was reunited with Miss Gandelsman in Israel. Wow, she went to Israel, where the two posted fresh pictures online. Wow, this is a major fuck you to the people that send death threats. So this happened 6 months ago, but this Monday they posted new pictures. Miss Adam posted a photograph and a video of her on her Instagram page with the caption "Sisters Reunion." Aw, that's sweet. I think there's a video here too. Let me see if I can get audio for you guys. Okay, so one of them is saying, the Jewish girl is saying shalom. The Israeli girl is saying, the Israeli woman is saying shalom. The Iraqi woman is saying salam. So shalom and then salam. Shalom. Shalom and salam. That's pretty funny. That's pretty cute. Miss Adan, who eventually didn't place in Miss Universe contest, toured part of Jerusalem and ate at an Iraqi Jewish restaurant in Mahne. Okay, I don't think Iraq and Israel are enemies. I think maybe the governments are enemies with each other. Well, I mean, the Iraqi people that are sending death threats are trying to prove otherwise. She said in an interview with Israel's Channel 2 News, but there's a lot of Iraqi people that don't have a problem with Israelis. Yeah, but there's too many of them that do. Back in November, Mr. Eden refused to take down her original selfie. Yeah, this is the part I wanted to see. What, unlike the last story that we saw where the actress apologized, the chef apologized, everybody had to apologize, and the apology was also horseshit. I like this story a lot because not only the original picture was so, original post was okay, and there was nothing wrong with it, and it was so beautiful, and in fact it was so innocent. The fact that they didn't even consider that people would be angry about this, it's just nice. It's just so sweet. But the reaction to it, that when after so much death threats and so much people getting angry, she didn't come out and say that, sorry, I shouldn't have posted this. I didn't think before posting. I shouldn't have done that. It was insensitive of me. No. Not only she didn't say that, I mean, she did apologize a little bit, but she didn't take it down. So this is what she said. This is 6 months ago. I would like to apologize to anyone who considered the photo to be offensive to the Palestinian cause, as this was not the aim behind the post. So I don't like this part of the statement, but I like the second part. Actually, I don't like the second part either. It was merely a call to peace and hope for a solution to the crisis. I mean, why does it have to be a call to peace? Why can't it just be two people just getting along, right? Like, why can't it just be like, hey, I don't even give a shit. We're just here. Let's take a selfie. We're friends, okay? Like, does every person come with their country's entire politics and ideology and everything? Are they carrying all that with them? And if I'm shaking with the hand of like an American, am I saying yes to every single U.S. foreign policy? And they are saying yes to Iran's policy. Like, what the hell is this? I don't understand. Like, why does it have to be a call to peace or a call to anything? Why can't it just be two people taking a selfie? Anyways, I don't know what you guys think. I like the fact that I don't agree with the message, even though it's I don't blame her for it or anything. I just wouldn't say it like that. I just think like I'm just happy that she didn't, with all the pressure, she never decided to take it down. Let me see if people in Facebook commented. Miss Iraq, Sama is saying Miss Iraq is an ignorant person taking a picture with a woman who represents the discrimination and stealing land from a country who welcomed them in a big inhumane choice. Okay, whatever you think of Israel, I'm pretty sure it wasn't her that did all that. What the hell? Okay. This is their comment. So I want to see Sama is saying that. Where is this person from? Doesn't say. Because I'm pretty sure that based on their standard, nobody should also take a selfie with them. Because I'm pretty sure there's a whole every country has done a whole bunch of shit that will make nobody selfie worthy, because taking a selfie with them would basically mean an endorsement of those countries' policies. Anyways, let's go to the last story. 8 members of Oxford grooming ring jailed for sexual assault. Fucking finally. How many of them are still out there? Let's see what we have here. Long click. All right. Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna pause this. All right. It says 8. All of them are here. Wow. So 8 members of a predatory and cynical gang have been jailed for grooming and sexually assaulting vulnerable girls as young as 13 in Oxford over a 7-year period. How did he get away with this for 7 years? What was the story we first saw? That guy that got The guy that was sending out letters. I mean, I guess that's easier to find. But that didn't take them that long to get that guy. The men piled 5 victims. Oh, plied 5 victims with alcohol and drugs and groomed them using flattery. What? And by giving them a sense of belonging by the gang. How did they do that? They don't look like people I would trust. They raped. Like I mean, even like if I'm a 13-year-old girl, this guys, these old dudes coming to me, and how are they gonna make me feel part of a gang? What the hell? They must be very skilled at manipulation. They raped and indecently assaulted the girls in cars, especially in Nissan's Serena. Why does the model of the car matter? Why? This is too much detail. Let me go. How did they catch them? They raped and no. One of the victims said of the people care. They would pick the girls, have sex with them, and dump them. Everything happened in that Syrian. Why does the model of the car matter? Why are people keep referring to that? Is it just the same victim said that the men would take in turns to have sex with her and gang rape? Why wouldn't she report it? I know there must be a good psychological reason, but I'm just curious. I'm not blaming the victim. I'm just wanting to know how this works. And gang rapes would take place after she was intoxicated with drinks and drugs. But how do they make them not go and report it after? That's what I want to know. Another said she still struggled to sleep and had problems maintaining relationships. No kidding. Following the sentencing hearing, the Home Secretary Sajid Javid said, "As a father myself, I am glad this barbaric group of men is finally behind bars." Are you glad, really? Why did you take so long? Justice has been done, and they no longer pose a threat to society or the young girls they preyed on. About fucking time. These motherfuckers managed to get away with this because this is not an exaggeration, by the way. Go look it up. Because the police didn't want to act on it because they thought it was racist because they're Muslim. I think we covered that last week. As the Home Secretary, I will do all in my power to leave the callous cowards who groom and sexually abuse children with no place to hide. Well, you did leave them a place to hide for 7 fucking years. The men were all caught as part of Operation Silk. I don't want to get into detail. I want to know how they got away with this shit. Sentencing them, judge. No. He hold the offenders. The victims were all vulnerable teenagers. They were brought into the group of which the defendants were part through flattery, making them feel a sense of belonging and provision of alcohol and drugs. It still doesn't make sense. Maybe like they got addicted and they kind of needed to go to the group for the drugs. Is that how it works? I really don't understand. I'm not saying there's no explanation for that. I just want to know, how could you fucking do that? Like, how could you control people that way? And the consequences was that sexual abuse of these girls became the norm. It is clear that there were hundreds of episodes of sexual abuse. The impact on the victims of these offenses has been shattering. Still nothing here. Don't try to analyze regressive apology of Guardian. Yeah. Actually, this is the Guardian, isn't it? Let's see. Okay, so let's see if they use the word Muslim anywhere. Whoa! Nowhere in this article says Muslim. How? Islam? Okay. Let's see. Oh no, Islam is mentioned because it's the last name of somebody. Islam is not mentioned either. How? Was the race of the children mentioned? Or the woman, or whatever? I don't know how old they were. Holy shit. Okay, no mention of Muslim or Islam. The fact that they were all Muslim. But let's see if Pakistan was mentioned. Nope. Oh, wait. No, Pakistan is not mentioned in this article either. They are really trying to whitewash this, aren't they? The fact that the fact that they didn't get arrested because people were worried about being racist. Nope, that's not mentioned. The fact that's not mentioned. None of that is mentioned. This is like such a biased article. I would like to say a huge thank you. These people are not even admitting their own failures and their mistake. They're not admitting where they are from. They're not admitting what ideology they follow, even though it's obviously a fucking reason and trend behind this. We all know what's happening here, and they're not even touching on it. They're not even addressing it a little bit. The exact reason why this thing kept on going for 7 years. The reason why it happened is because people were trying to not to be racist. And this article is doing exactly that. This article is doing exactly what is responsible for this thing happening for that long. They're not learning. They're not learning. Children were being raped because of this, and they're still doing it. Fucking assholes. I just noticed 8 members of an Oxford grooming ring. It doesn't mention anything about the fact that, holy fuck, how could you not notice that? How could you not mention that? Oh my god, this is why people like Tommy Robinson become heroes. As they should. Nobody else is covering this stuff. What the fuck is happening to the UK? Seriously, people, I'm really scared. I'm really scared for the UK. It doesn't seem like, even when stuff like this is happening, it doesn't seem like they're learning from it. It's like they're doubling down. Let me come in, see what you guys think. Okay, let's see some of the comments here. Including Tommy Robinson's for making the grooming case public while English government and police were hiding it for years. Yeah, and they don't mention that. And not only they don't mention that, they don't even mention the reason behind it, which is exactly why it lasted for so long. They were trying to not be racist. That's why it lasted. I don't know. Do you guys think it's fair to say Tommy is responsible for these things being taken seriously? Because I think it is. I'm not sure, though. Tell me what you guys think. Mike is saying a bit weak of the sentencing there. These guys will be out way too soon. That's if they survive. Too bad. So Benjamin is saying, if any of them were underage women, good luck being rock spiders on the inside. You'll be picked. Okay. Jamie is saying they should all have their balls chopped off with a blunt pair of scissors. I don't think that's a good idea. I hope that's a joke. Drandon is saying, nope, just let more refugees in. Sweep this under the rug. Porter is saying, good old Asian men. Oh wait, is that what they said? Asian? Let's search for Asian. No, they didn't even say Asian. Religion of peace, practicing cultural enrichment. Careful, the British government might jail you for talking about this case. No, because apparently this is how you're supposed to talk about it, by not mentioning Islam, Pakistan, or anything like that. Funny, they don't look British. Somebody's commenting. Let me see. Radio Blends, €10 to anybody who thinks these guys will get sentenced for more than 2 years. The girls came from working class families. Working class families. So somebody saying so Chinese, so Indian, so Asian. You know, guys, it tells you a lot how much ideology plays a role when you see this stuff coming out of Pakistan and not from India. I know India has its own Hindu nationalism problem, but this is an Islamic culture problem, because it can be race, because India and Pakistan were mixed for so many years. They have the same history, the same background, the same race and everything. It's just that they're Hindu, they're Muslim. It shows you how big of a factor ideology is in people's, and their culture is, and their people's behavior. As he's saying, are they rich? No, no one cares. Okay, because yeah, I see your point. I don't know. I think it's mostly because the people, they were Muslim that did this. That's why it got ignored. I think this was actually said by the police. We're not making this stuff. This is not conspiracy stuff. This is actually the police themselves mentioned that this is why this case didn't get taken seriously. Wayne is saying Asian question mark. Oh, I think you guys don't know. A lot of these articles, because they don't want to say that they're Pakistani, or that they don't want to say they're Muslim, they refer to them as Asian men, because they have to say something, right? So they just it's so bad. I'm so fucking tired of all this stuff. I thought the backlash of the alt-right stuff will make some people on the left think like, you know what? I think we created the alt-right. It's our fault. Maybe we should tone it down. But no, they actually are using the alt-right to double down on their fucking... You know, they have... These children's lives is because of leftists. It's because of Islam first and foremost, but also because of the leftists. Because of the left, it's because of the leftist PC culture that the UK police felt so threatened not to be able to take action on it. So it's on them as well. This is their culture as well. This is a mix of Islamic culture and leftist, alt-left PC culture coming hand to hand and betraying innocent children against their against not protecting them against their abusers. This is fucked up. Anyways, we had to end on the bad news, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Thank you guys. Sorry for not having Allie. I know the quality is not as good without Allie. I know it went much longer than it should have without Allie, and I'll try to have Allie here next week. I know, Wayne. I know that you're being sarcastic. But I was just referring to other people that might not know that why they're using Asians instead of Pakistan and Muslims. Because so Wayne is saying Asians. So were they Chinese or Korean or Japanese? Come on, tell us. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But again, guys, sorry about this week. The option was without Ali was not to do this show this week, or do it with a lower quality. But I decided not to let you. I felt like we wanted to commit to doing one of these every week, so I did it anyways. I know it was harder to follow. I didn't have the summaries. Ali does the summaries, but I tried to do it with that anyways. And I thank you to whoever stayed. Thank you for being patient. Moose Gal is, hey Moose, I'm leaving now. I was just apologizing to everybody for not having Ali here, but we'll have Ali later. I'm gonna reach out to her now, see if she is okay. I wanted to share what happened, but I don't know if I have the permission. So I'll ask her later, but I hope she's feeling better now. And if you are friends on Facebook with her or something, go wish her well, send her some messages of support. If you can reach out to her, see if you can help her in ways, like if you know her, do that. But this week is over. Thank you guys for being patient. Sorry about all the technical errors at the beginning. Again, if Ali was here, that wouldn't have happened. But hopefully I think we're gonna have her back. Moose Gal is saying, do the show however you want. Glad you stay committed. Yeah, thank you, Moose. But yeah, but it's much better with Ali here. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you, Jeremy, thank you, Azzy, thank you, Moose, thank you, Nirad, thank you, the people that were here for a while, Beej, Morgan, anyone else, everyone else. I promise to, I'll promise to. Yes, this is over. Uh, yeah, sorry, Moose. Bye, Azzy. All right, guys. I'll have the link posted in the event page for this. I have to cut out a whole bunch at the beginning because we didn't have audio, but I'll fix it.